Welcome. Talks here from All Things Tottenham TV. I really need to talk, so I hope you're there to listen. Hold on, let me put my bins on. When I put my bins on, it helps me look down at my notes so I don't forget anything that I've written down. But it also helps me focus and helps me see clearly. Not just in my eyes, but hopefully my head. Right, do me a favour. Only listen if you've got the attention span that's bigger than a goldfish. That's all I ask for. If you have, then thanks for watching and thanks for your time. If you haven't, then this video is not for you, and it's best that you keep scrolling on. If you think I'm wrong, say it properly. If you think I'm onto something, say that too. Get involved in the comments below. That's what it's all about. Listen, I'm not begging or hassling you for your subscription. That's not my style. But if you respect honest football talk without the circus, then you know what to do. When you upload a video on YouTube, it asks you, is this video made for kids? It's not made for kids, this video. I'm looking for a good conversation with people who know about football and especially know about Spurs. Who, if I'm wrong or right, can educate me further one way or the other. Are you still here? Good. Then I've got you. You're the type of viewer I'm looking for. So let's get cracking on with this video. Let's get one thing straight right from the off. I do not want Spurs to be relegated. But when Stelios said maybe going down would force real change, I didn't laugh. And that's what's bothering me. Because I should have laughed. I've supported Spurs for over 50 years. And in my early teens, I went through relegation with Spurs. But at that age, I didn't really comprehend the magnitude of what relegation meant. Watching Tottenham right now doesn't feel catastrophic because I love this club. But the anxiety, and I'm sure it's the same for you, the anxiety is there. Everything feels fragile, like something that works until it doesn't. We're not hopeless and we're not brilliant. We're just tense. The players, the fans, we're all tense. Every game feels like it could tilt the mood of the entire club. That's not dominance. That's instability. And I hate saying it, but there's a difference between competing and convincing. We compete. We don't convince. And over time, that does something to a fan base. It lowers the emotional ceiling. Because you stop dreaming big. You start hoping things don't go wrong. That shift is very subtle, but it's very dangerous. Right, here's where I think my logic kicks in. Big clubs are built on three things. 1. Clear identity. 2. Ruthless standards. And 3. Accountability when things go wrong. Ask yourself honestly, do Spurs consistently show all of those three things? Or any of those three things? See, the thing is, identity changes with different managers. Standards fluctuate with form. Accountability feels negotiated. That's not an insult, it's an observation. When results dip, we talk about transition. When performances dip, we talk about potential. When seasons just fade out into nothing, we talk about next season. That cycle isn't dramatic, it's gradual. And gradual decline is the hardest thing to fight because it doesn't set off the alarm bells. It just hums in the background. Or it's like an annoying, when you ring someone and there's background music. It's like that. Now this is where Stelios hit something uncomfortable. I know he wasn't glorifying relegation. He was questioning comfort. He was questioning the ownership. Because sometimes shock forces clarity. Sometimes pain forces standards. And sometimes failure strips away the illusion. If Spurs were, and they could be, if they were genuinely in danger, there'd be urgency everywhere. In the boardroom, recruitment, mentality. The fear of loss sharpens people because that's human nature. The question is, do we act before that fear arrives? Or do we wait until it's forced upon us? That's the bit I can't answer confidently. Let's not romanticise this either. Relegation isn't a spiritual cleanse. It's going to hurt. It's financial damage, it's instability, it's talent leaving the club. There's no guarantees. Plenty of clubs think they'll bounce straight back, but they don't. Well, some don't. Momentum in football is everything, and it's brutal. Once doubt sets in, structurally, not just emotionally, it can linger for years. And that's why I don't want relegation. But it's not looking good. Because once you fall, control isn't entirely yours anymore. And control is everything. The real fear isn't relegation or getting the piss taken out of you by the fans. We're going to have to take that on the chin. We'd be doing the same if the roles were reversed. As I said, the real fear isn't that. It's always about drifting, being comfortable, not being competitive, not being ruthless, finishing fourth and feeling relieved. It's qualifying for Europe and calling that ambition. It's slowly redefining success, but downwards. That's not intentional, mind. It's just gradual. Think about it. We've been going downhill for a number of years. Big clubs don't usually collapse in one season. They fade slowly year by year. Expectations soften, language softens, standards soften. And one day you look up and you realise the ceiling's fallen in and no one said anything. That's what worries me. Not the trap door, the slow lowering of the bar at Tottenham Hotspur. So here's where I'm at. As I said, I don't want Spurs relegated. No, which honestly Tottenham fan would want us relegated. But what I do want is urgency that feels real. I want standards that bite. I want a club that reacts to failure with action, not excuses or explanations. If we can fix this trajectory without hitting rock bottom, brilliant. If we can survive this season, brilliant, and then we'll have to start again. That's the intelligent route. But if nothing truly changes, if comfort keeps winning over courage, and remember what our club motto is, to dare is to do, then eventually the conversation won't be theoretical, it'll be forced on us and it'll be real. And I don't want to find out the hard way that we mistook stability for ambition. Because there's a thin line between patience and passive decline. And right now I'm not angry, I'm not scared. I'm just not entirely convinced we're on the right side of that line. Listen, chat to me in the comments below. Help me decide. What do you think is best for this great football club? But let me tell you a few other things. Whatever else happens, I will always support this club. Because in my head, this is Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest club the world has ever seen. And I will support them whatever fucking division we're in. Even if we're in the Southern League, which is the 7th tier of English football. That's non-negotiable as a football fan. As whatever club you support. That's loyalty, that's love. The game against Palace tomorrow night is so important and so crucial to the foreseeable future of our club. I think if Tudor loses that, he'll get sacked. Because we need to have one more mad roll of the dice after that. But I'll tell you this, and you know, we might get the ump, we might get angry, but the next game we're always there. And this channel's motto is game after game, whatever the score, win, lose or draw, it's always come on you Spurs. And for this video, whatever division we're in, if that relegation does happen, it'll always still be come on you Spurs. As I said, let's hope it doesn't come to that. But we've got to start winning games. And yeah, let's just hope. Get involved in the chat. And thanks for watching.